my name is Miss Murphy. As part of the education class I'm taking, I would like to present a review of Picciano's Blending with a Purpose, which evaluates blended learning, which is some combination of e-learning or virtual learning with face-to-face interactions. And the way I'm going to present this is in a 3-2-1 format. 3 things that I learned from the article, 2 questions that I still have, and 1 way that I can incorporate this into how I'm currently teaching. And I already teach in a little bit of a blended environment, so I'm going to share with you what I'm currently doing and how I think I can adjust for my students to continue to improve. I'm presenting with the TouchCast app. It's an iPad app, and it allows me to voice over, show video, and use some of their V apps. The first V app that I'd like to show you is the article that I read, Blending with a Purpose, Multimodal Model. And it has some really nice images here that I'd like to point out. Okay, being that it's identifying some of the different ways that we can use multimodal learning to help students in different areas of how we teach. In the content teaching, their socio and emotional learning, reflections, collaboration, a lot of different tools pointed out there. And now a couple of the other things that we're going to discuss. We're going to start with those 3 things that I learned. And here's my list. There it is. Okay, and it rolled over a little bit, so forgive me on the R being on the second line. But the first thing that I wanted to point out that I learned is that there's currently no agreed upon definition for blended learning. There's a lot of different definitions, but we can't seem to agree on just one. And if you are looking at the article, you'll see that when it's discussing the definitions in that first and second section, it's discussing how there isn't one definition. We can talk about it as being a course that integrates online with traditional face-to-face class activities, or somewhere where there's a portion of face-to-face is replaced by online activity. Where the class we're taking is totally online, some of the other classes I'm currently in the Masters of Educational Technology program, are considered blended, online and in person. The second thing that I'd like to point out is that it's recognized that face-to-face learning is still ideal for many situations. So whether it's part of the curriculum for one individual course, or certain courses, or it's been pointed out for social and emotional learning that it's still more important to be face-to-face, it's not saying that we should totally replace learning with online activity, but there are situations where it works very well. And we need to plan for many generations. There's not just one generation in the classroom at the university level. We need to think about all of the learners in the classroom. Now I'd like to point out 2 things that I learned. 2 questions that I still have. So I'm going to turn off one app and turn on the other one. So 2 questions that I still have are why we're still unable to agree upon a definition when it's been made pretty clear that this concept is working, and how will educators continue to embrace this blended model? So those are questions that I want to keep researching, keep figuring out how to understand. This blended model is being used by many universities, high schools, and grade schools, but why can't we agree on a definition? And I think that educators are going to continue to embrace this model, especially as many school systems, districts, and high schools are going one-to-one with tablets and computers, that we're going to see more blended learning. I know we're seeing that at the private high school that I teach at. And then the last thing that I want to point out is how am I using this in my classroom? I teach in a classroom where I do mini videos, and I flip some of my classroom. And I think incorporating further blended learning, giving the students more of this to do at home so that we can use our face-to-face time in another way, will be additionally helpful. Last year I had them watch a lot of videos in class, and in the future I plan to have them do online activities at home and our class time more collaboratively through wikis and other sources. Thanks.